Some people are born to follow rules, to care for others, to tell the truth no matter the cost, and yet they struggle. Meanwhile, others break rules, deceive, and take what isn't theirs, and the world seems to reward them. Why does this happen? Why do good people suffer while the selfish thrive? The answer isn't what you think. It isn't about luck. It isn't about effort. And it isn't a flaw in character. It's something deeper, woven into the way human behavior interacts with the world around us. Good people carry an invisible weight. The weight of conscience. The weight of empathy. The weight of doing the right thing even when it hurts. They pause before acting. They consider the consequences. They care not only for themselves, but for everyone around them. That care makes life slower, harder, and sometimes painfully unfair. In offices, in communities, in families, they're the ones who give more than they take, who help when it is inconvenient, who speak the truth when lying would be easier. And often, those choices come with a cost. Meanwhile, people who cheat, manipulate, and act selfishly appear to move faster. They take what they want, bend rules, and rarely stop to consider anyone else. They see immediate results, promotions, recognition, wealth, influence. Life seems to reward them quickly, visibly, tangibly. The contrast is stark, and for the good person, it can feel crushing. Working tirelessly, cutting deeply, yet watching someone less scrupulous surpass them at every turn. This isn't just a story of morality. It's psychology in action. Some people are wired to act without hesitation. They are fearless in pursuit of their goals, willing to lie, cheat, and exploit to get what they want. Psychologists call this the dark triad: narcissism, Machiavellianism, psychopathy. These traits allow people to act quickly, decisively, and ruthlessly. Good people, on the other hand, hesitate. They reflect. They pause to weigh the right thing against the easy thing. They consider not only themselves, but the world around them. That pause, that reflection, while noble, slows progress in environments that reward speed and audacity over conscience. Social dynamics amplify the effect. Groups often reward boldness over fairness, dominance over empathy. Someone willing to step over others to achieve a goal is often labeled a leader, even when their actions harm everyone else. Meanwhile, those who consistently act with integrity are overlooked, undervalued, or even exploited. In many ways, the world seems structured to favor cunning over kindness, immediacy over patience, audacity over empathy. Yet the apparent advantage of selfishness is fragile. A foundation built on deceit, manipulation, or cruelty is unstable. Relationships fracture, trust evaporates, and over time consequences accumulate. The short-term gain can vanish in a moment, leaving chaos behind. Good people, however, build slowly. Their gains may be invisible, subtle, or delayed, but they are enduring. Integrity compounds quietly. One honest act builds credibility. One compassionate choice creates loyalty. One moment of restraint preserves trust. These ripples are invisible at first, but eventually reshape the environment in profound ways. Everyday life is full of these invisible victories. A teacher who refuses to fudge grades earns respect that lasts decades. A whistleblower who exposes corruption risks everything but changes systems that affect thousands. A neighbor who quietly prevents harm strengthens the community in ways the selfish could never achieve. These are examples of long-term success that is slow, subtle, and profound, the kind that cannot be stolen or taken away. Even in business, kindness and honesty create advantages that outlast deceit. A company that treats employees, partners, and customers fairly may lag in the short term, but it builds loyalty, trust, and resilience that allow it to survive crises that greedy competitors. The world may reward cunning immediately, but patience, integrity, and empathy compound into advantages that are far more durable. Internal rewards matter too. Good people may struggle externally, but they gain self-respect, inner peace, and moral clarity. They are less likely to be haunted by guilt or regret, less likely to face fractured relationships, and more likely to cultivate resilience. The selfish may rise quickly, but often they pay invisible costs: anxiety, distrust, isolation, or eventual collapse. Life has a subtle way of balancing outcomes over time, rewarding those who act with integrity and patience, even when it seems unfair. The paradox is clear. In the short term, cruelty, cunning, and selfishness may appear to thrive, while goodness seems to struggle. But over time, kindness, honesty, and integrity create a foundation that is unshakable. They shape networks, influence people, and build reputations that cannot be bought or faked. Every choice to act fairly, every decision to tell the truth, every act of empathy adds invisible weight to a life that can withstand challenges others cannot. Even small decisions matter. Choosing to be honest when lying is easier, helping when it costs you, standing up for what is right when it is risky. These decisions may seem insignificant in the moment, but they accumulate. They form the backbone of a life that not only survives, but thrives. They create influence, trust, and respect that ripple far beyond the immediate moment. The struggle of good people is not a punishment. It is a process that builds character, resilience, and long-term strength. The world may not always reward kindness immediately. It may celebrate audacity, cunning, or aggression. But the power of integrity grows quietly. It strengthens those who possess it. It shapes communities. And it influences lives in ways that short-term victories never can. Struggle is not a failure, and seeing others succeed through selfishness is not the measure of your worth. The benefits of living with honesty, empathy, and patience unfold slowly, but they endure. They are the foundation of influence, fulfillment, and true success that lasts far beyond the fleeting rewards of cruelty. Even though life may seem unfair at times, even though it looks like the ruthless climb faster while the kind struggle, there is a hidden strength in enduring with honesty and compassion. Every challenge faced by a good person is a lesson, a test of resilience, and a seed for future strength. When you stay true to your values, even in the face of obstacles, you are not weak. You are quietly building a foundation that no one can take away. Think about the small victories that go unnoticed. The colleague who helps a teammate at personal cost, the student who refuses to cheat, the neighbor who intervenes quietly. These moments may seem insignificant, but they accumulate. Each act of integrity reinforces character, builds trust, and creates ripple effects that reach far beyond what you can see. Life often rewards these choices, not in headlines or immediate recognition, but in the strength, loyalty, and respect you quietly gain. And there is another truth. When the world seems to favor selfishness, it is usually only in the short term. The person who lies, cheats, or manipulates may appear to succeed quickly. But these victories are fragile. Relationships break, alliances crumble, and guilt or mistrust follows. Life has a way of revealing the cracks in shortcuts and over time. The foundation built on greed or cruelty cannot sustain itself. Meanwhile, the good person who perseveres is preparing for rewards that are far more durable. Trust, genuine influence, and fulfillment that money, power, or manipulation can never buy. History is filled with examples of this quiet triumph. Leaders who acted with empathy and integrity may have faced setbacks early on, but their legacies outlast those who ruled through fear or deceit. Communities that value honesty and care may face challenges, but they become stronger over time, forming bonds that survive. Even in business, companies built on fairness and respect may struggle initially, but they endure because their foundation is solid. Their success is not flashy, but it is lasting. The lesson for every viewer is clear. Struggle does not mean failure. Seeing others take shortcuts and rise quickly does not mean your effort is wasted. Life rewards patience, honesty, and compassion. Not always immediately, but in ways that endure. Every choice to act with integrity, every decision to help, every moment of restraint is a step toward a life of meaning, strength, and lasting impact. It is also a reminder that your influence extends beyond yourself. The kind, honest, and fair choices you make shape the people around you, your community, and even future generations. You may never see the full impact of your actions, but they ripple quietly, changing perspectives, inspiring courage, and building a world where integrity matters. This is the true reward of goodness. It multiplies quietly, far beyond what you can measure. And so, even when it feels like the world favors selfishness, remember that your values are your power. They guide your decisions, strengthen your character, and create opportunities that are invisible at first, but transformative over time. Struggle is part of the process. It is what refines, molds, and strengthens you. Without it, the victories that truly matter would be impossible to achieve. The next time you feel frustrated, the next time it seems like the world is rewarding cruelty and punishing kindness, take a moment to breathe and reflect. Every choice to act honestly, every moment of compassion, every act of courage is building a life that no one can take away. The world may not notice immediately, but your legacy is being forged quietly, invisibly, and powerfully. Goodness is not weakness. Struggle is not failure. The path of integrity is often slower, but it is the path that leads to lasting success, true influence, and a life that inspires others. The people who endure with honesty and compassion are shaping a future that the selfish cannot reach, building foundations that no shortcuts can replicate. In the end, what seems like unfairness is often part of a greater design. Short-term victories of the ruthless are fleeting, but the strength, respect, and trust cultivated by the good endure. Every challenge you face, every obstacle overcome, every act of integrity is a brick in the foundation of a life that matters. Your struggles are preparing you for a future where your impact is real, your influence is lasting, and your life is built on rock, not sand. So embrace your values, even when it's hard. Stand by your integrity, even when shortcuts seem tempting. Care for others, even when it goes unnoticed. Your struggle is the proof of your strength. Your compassion is the source of your power, and your life lived with honesty and courage is the story that will inspire not only yourself, but everyone around you for years to come. Because in the end, the world may reward ruthlessness temporarily, but it is goodness that truly thrives, quietly, powerfully, and forever.